Hi everybody, it's Marge with Fun with Marge by Designs by Marge. So today we're going to be working on, Valentine's cards because it's coming up in about a month. So we need to be prepared for that. So I started a series of Valentine's cards, and the first one I'm going to work with is working with the Meant to Be bundle. And we're going to be using several of these pieces just for you. Happy Valentine's Day. And this really pretty heart here in that. And then in the dies, which is part of the bundle, we're going to be using the hearts here and this little flower and this large heart. Okay, here's the card, the finished product that we're coming out with. We're using in this the shimmer paints, the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and the epoxy hearts, which are, it's really hard to see those on white. And then on the inside, the big heart that I was telling you about, propped up on dimensionals, and then the smaller flowers that we're doing with the shimmer paint as well, and then our little I Love Our Life Together stamp in Memento Tuxedo Black. So we'll get started. Here's the list of the supplies. And I realize I need to turn it around for you. Okay, so the stamp set is Meant to Be bundle. It's on page 6 of the Occasions catalog, so it's not our annual catalog. Cardstock is Lovely Lipstick and Whisper White. We're going to use the Heart Epoxy droplets, the Champagne Shimmer Paint, the Stampin' Dimensionals, Multi-Liquid Glue, Snail Adhesive, and of course the Big Shot. Ink is the Memento Tuxedo Black and the Lovely Lipstick. And here are the measurements for your paper. The Lovely Lipstick, you need 2 pieces, one for the base of the card and the other for the heart that was on the inside. The Whisper White, you need 2 cuts of 5 by 3/8 by 4 1/4, and then you also need a piece of the scrap to do your roses. Okay, so we'll set those aside. The first thing we want to do is to take care of our shimmer paint, okay, because you know that takes a minute to dry. The shimmer paint is, again, the champagne color, and you remember you put into your oh my gosh, what's this called? Spritzer. You put it into your spritzer, I don't know, 4 or 5 drops and about 70% alcohol. It's the low percentage of alcohol. I think it's like 70%, not the 90% stuff. It doesn't work as well. Okay, so what I do whenever I'm getting ready to spray something is that I get out my trusty little board here. You can see I've sprayed many things with it. You want to hold your sprayer out, right? So that it's, you want it more in the middle than you do on the ends, because you remember we're getting only this, okay? And then this one is for the flowers, so you know you only need a little bit there, okay? So now we're going to set that aside and let it dry while we're working on the rest of the card. Okay, I'll just set the whole board over here. Okay, so now we'll pull out our other pieces. We can go ahead and cut our heart out. And we'll do this one. And what this one does is it gives you an outline like this, but we're going to use the center of it. So let me get run it through. So I hope everybody's week has been great. I know mine has been, even though it's been extremely busy, it's been great. See, there's my little thing. We're going to use these in another class, so hold on to those. Okay, so we'll put that aside. And then we're going to take this piece and we're going to run it on the front of our card. You remember we like to fold it this way. We don't want the indented side. We want the side that's got the little bump, right? So that means that this will be the front of our card, okay? So we want to lay it down that way. And we want to put our, maybe I should move it over here so you can see. Okay, so we want to put our hearts so that they're in the lower portion of the card. Make sure they're straight, and then run them through. Okay. So now, when we get them out, here's what happens. Is that the whole thing comes out just like that. Not to fear. We will be able to fix that. Okay. So we take our little brush and just rub it across here. You don't want to throw away all these beautiful little hearts. We want to save those for a future project as well. So that's where one of these little embellishment rounds comes in handy, is to save these, because you know we like doing shaker cards and all kinds of things. So we'll just stick those in there and pull this off just like this. Okay, might be a piece or two that's a little stubborn. Seems to be the usual. Okay, and just make sure you've got all the pieces out. Okay, we're done with that. Okay, so now what? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to stick this right back in here, just like that. Isn't that lovely? Okay, we're going to fold our card, which I probably should have done first. Put this right back in here. Okay, then what we're going to do is the piece that we use the shimmer paint on should be done now. Should be dry. See how pretty that is? We're going to take it just like that. Use our snail glue. Get as close to the edge as you can because you don't want to run across your hearts. Okay, just the edges. Then we're going to make sure that we've got that nice and flat there. Just want me to poke it out, right? Okay. And then we're going line it up. Just like that. See how awesome that is? Nice and shimmery. Okay, then on the inside of our card, Lordy, it's hot. Then we're going to take the other piece of shimmery. We're going to take this little rose and we're going to cut out 3 of these. And then one more. Now, what we could have done with this is that we could have put an adhesive sheet on the back so that whenever you pulled it off, all the sticky was there. But I wanted to show you another technique for those times when you don't have the adhesive sheets. And that is by using a silicone mat and a sponge. Okay, the sponges come 3 in a package, and they're in the annual catalog. Okay, and we want to use our multi-liquid glue. And we're going to squeeze this out a little bit. And just pick a little bit of the glue up. And put it on the back of our rose. And then I want it this way. And that way the only part of the rose that has glue on it is the part that you want to have on it. And then one more. Notice I'm putting them in different places each time so that I don't get glue on the front of them. Okay, so we'll set that aside, and all you have to do is wait for that to get dry, and then you can clean it up with a little soap and water, and it's done. Okay, so now we want to prop this up on dimensionals. Here I am. I put everything in these little cases. They're just the handiest little storage cases in the world. And they are the very same ones that we store our stamps in. So you can get empty cases. In the catalog. Okay, so on this page, what we want to do is we want to take our little heart, get out our lovely lipstick, and open it. Sometimes I do have a hard time with opening things. And you know, it's always a good practice to try it out first. So you remember, in this, we just want it right there in the corner. Okay. And then we can close this up. Get our Memento Black Tuxedo Black out. And we're going to put I Love Our Life Together in the center of this. You remember the Memento has a fabric pad, so you need to move it around and then tap it just a little bit. Okay, so then we want to do the front. We want to finish the front of our card as well. And I just have to look at it a minute. And I decided that I didn't want a whole bunch of stuff on the front of it because I want the hearts to be the focal point. So I put Happy Valentine's Day at the bottom. And then I put Just for You at the top. We can put that away. Put the inside of our card together with some snail. And it's done. And there's our card. So I like the little Just for You and Happy Valentine's Day. And then you open it up and there's a nice big heart there. Plenty of room to write. So I hope you enjoyed today's card. We're going to be doing a few Valentine's Day things. I think maybe next week we'll do a gift bag or a box or maybe a treat holder, something like that. So be sure and stay tuned, and we'll talk again next Friday.